We are back at Q Live here at the Palm Springs Convention Center at Q 2017, and I am joined right now by the rock star superintendent himself, Darryl Adams. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Very happy to be here.
And you just, I heard, rocked it in your session.
Yes, sir.
Good reception there.
Yeah, we had a great time. It was a great audience. All those Q rock stars out there that came to my session. We truly appreciate you participating, and it was very interactive, and that's one thing I love about Q. Everyone's here to learn, very interactive. It's so loving, and just, I get new friends every time I come.
That's awesome. Yeah. So why, for the 5 people that are watching this right now, why aren't you here
Yes.
with us? This is the place to be.
Yes.
So I want to talk about leadership because we have mostly here, we have a lot of teachers. We have some principals and district folks as well. But we all know that a lot of the things that you're seeing here can't be done without strong leadership, innovators, visionaries, and so on. And I'd love for you to just sort of share a little bit about your story of some of the things that you did while at Coachella Valley that you think are really innovative and how leadership matters to that.
Well, thank you. It's one of the things that I've enjoyed about retirement, going around the country now and being able to share that Coachella story, because it really was a community effort. I was just fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time, and with the crazy creative ideas of a musician and former rock and roll star. But I'm coming back to the rock.
Well, we have to talk about that too.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah.
But the thing about what I loved about that community, they were open to collaborative leadership. They were open to servant leadership. And I think what we were able to do, bringing everybody sort of into the tent, having that shared vision, it kind of really took us to another level when it came to the point of we want to do some pretty innovative things. How about giving an iPad for every kid, preschool to high school? How are we going to do that? The only way to do it is to pay for it yourself. You can't wait for the federal government or the state government to do it. Pay for it yourself. Our parents were willing to do that. We floated a bond in front of them in the 2012 election. 67% of them voted yes, and we just sort of took off from there. Kept innovating, coming up with ways to prepare the students for college, career, and citizenship. For us, it's not enough to have a high school diploma. Some go to college, some go into a career. Everyone gets a college, career, citizenship preparation program. And how do we connect everyone 24/7? We were able to build up the broadband infrastructure at our schools through that bond initiative, but we also found out that students were not connected at home. Yeah. So what we wanted to do was make sure that we found a way to get them connected and, put the routers on the bus, park the bus in the neighborhood. And we, so fortunate, for us, it was a simple idea, but, the president caught wind of it, and then it just kind of went worldwide. We were getting calls from, New Zealand and British, UK, Australia, and from different districts around the country. We had the U.S. Navy come out and visit us, the Ohio State University, and just a lot of different districts. We help and support them with what we were able to do, and we learn from them as well. So it's great to see that educators now are not just, one-dimensional. We understand technology. We understand connectedness. We understand relationships. And that's what I talked about in my session today. How do 21st century leaders truly lead? And then the first step is to be able to connect, and then to have that vision, have everyone sharing that vision, and then be collaborative in getting things to happen.
Well, I love the bus example. I remember when you guys did that, and I followed it. It was great. It seemed such a no-brainer. I was like, why isn't everybody giving kids access on the bus, right?
Yes.
To Wi-Fi. If Google can do it, why not the schools, right?
Exactly.
I'm curious, when you think of that initiative, what do you think the impact was? I mean, did you see an immediate impact with kids and teachers, parents?
Yes, we did. We saw an immediate impact because our data went up. Sometimes as
sure.
parents,
you saw the chart.
yes,
yeah, and the bill.
I know, as parents, we don't want that data plan to go up, But we were overjoyed to see our data plan, just the usage just quadrupled.
So what were some of the uses?
Yeah, what students are using it to connect. They're using it to communicate. They're using it to research. They're using it to send email. And that's what we want them to do. We want them to be open and connect with other students, with their teachers, with students from other countries, and so to have that access for them, it really changed the way they looked at using technology. They see it as a tool. It's not just something they put their music on or their apps on. It's really their window to the world and their window to opportunity.
Oh, and that's a really key piece, because oftentimes we hold back access because of fear.
Yes.
And it sounds like you went into this very much so thinking, we're not going to be able to control this, and that's okay. Is that right?
That's right. Yes, you have to be willing to take some risks. We took calculated risks though. We ensured our parents that we had filtering that was going to be robust enough to catch those mischievous ones
Exactly.
who want to get out. And very few incidents of that happening. And we use it as an educational opportunity to educate the student. This is why you have this device. And we had very little problems with that. And and I thank my staff. We had a great staff, our educational division, technology division. This was wonderful. Our teachers were just wonderful in accepting this new technology and their willingness to really learn something new. And now they're all educational technology experts doing some great things.
So let's maybe take that down to the classroom then.
Yes.
So you rolled out iPads to everybody. What were some of the key first use cases? Because oftentimes what holds people back is they say, well, this looks like eye candy, right? What are we going to actually use this for? And I'm wondering what you think some of the best learning use cases were for those iPads as you rolled it out.
Well, it was very important for us to do a pilot program around the use of the technology. But what we did was we trained our teachers first, and then we gave it to the kids, and we made sure that they understood the importance of using it. But when I go into the classroom and I see students using Minecraft to redesign their high school, I'm like, this is nirvana. This is what we want. You see students engaged, and then you see teachers engaged like never before because they're learning new things. Now they're more the facilitator and the guy by the side as opposed to the sage on the stage. And, it's just such a vibrant energy in the classrooms when you go and see that kind of thing happening. We knew we had done the right thing when you see that.
That's awesome. So going back to leadership for a second, what would you say to other superintendents out there, small, medium, large-sized districts of all sizes, about what their first step should be? What would you recommend to them?
Well, I talk to a lot of my colleagues all the time about that, and we've shared our desires to make sure our districts are heading in this direction. Sometimes it comes down to funding. Sometimes it comes down to will. And I know all my superintendent colleagues want to do this. It's just we have to consider the political aspects of it. We have to consider the funding constraints that we may be in front of. And so a lot of my colleagues have taken a phased-in approach. They may do elementary first or high school first and phase things in. Some, are using, Chromebooks. We used iPads because we felt like that was best for our kids. And so I see the movement moving forward in the country. But as I go around and speak now and do keynotes now, I'm seeing a disparity in certain states. And with what's happening in Washington, D.C. now, with sort of, the idea of eliminating the Department of Education, I think it's going to be important that states really take ownership of this and don't wait for the feds to do it for us. Let's advocate for our own students in our own states, and then let's work together, all the states, to make sure our students have an equitable access to a 21st century education.
Absolutely. So now that you're retired, congratulations, by the way, on that. You don't look like a retired guy, by the way. I mean, you should be out by the pool in shorts and swimsuit or something. But what are you going to do with this rock star status? I mean, how is it that you're going to continue to use your work to kind of inspire and move us along as a country?
Sure. You know what? The rest of my life will be dedicated to ensuring that no child is left offline. Every student needs to be connected. And I'm not just talking about technology. I'm talking about heart and soul. Let's connect in relationships that build upon us making change in our world where we can really see a change in our world. What happens now is you get these little silos in different communities or states. We're the United States of America. We should be all working together for all kids. So I'm going to spend the rest of my life going around the country, speaking to that and encouraging, inspiring, motivating, pushing, whatever I have to do to get people engaged in doing this together. Because you can truly make the impossible possible if you do it together.
I love it. We couldn't have a better spokesperson for that. I love it. So how can people learn more about what you're doing?
Well, basically, I've started my own consulting and edutainment firm because when I do keynotes, they're keynote concerts, and I get the crowd involved, and we learn to do little rap songs together, and we sing
Sweet.
and dance, and we
it.
really connect. So Adams Consulting and Edutainment Services. My website is out there, adamsedutainment.com. Please come, take a look at it, and let's get engaged. Let's connect. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, whichever way we can. This is our country. We can make the changes. Let's do it together.
I love it, man. you have your marching orders. Go to his website, check it out, bring him to your school district. I love your message. I love your positivity, and more importantly, I love what you've done so far in education. Thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you, and I love Q Rock Stars #1.
All right. So, thank you, Darryl. For everybody here at Q, I'm Chris Walsh, and we'll see you soon.